Good evening, everybody. Edina Prior Lake ready to take the ice. The Vikings won today. The 10A's tied. Rubber match of sorts. See if Edina can bounce back from last night's last. Or the wild one. Wow. Okay. Well, I heard USC lost, or someone was talking about USC losing. So.
Wild one in overtime.
Wild one in overtime? All right. We'll take that. We will take that. These girls coming out in the home whites. You know, the great thing about the ages is, like, I don't think they even remembered that they played a game last night. So, I mean, I know Taylor didn't. She was like, Dad, we got to beat Prior Lake. I'm like, oh, we got rolled last night. You over that? What? Like, all right, well, new game, new day. See what we can do. Prior Lake coming off a 6-1 loss yesterday. They'll be hungry to turn it around. No better team to do it than against the Cake Eaters. We're going to have Heinen starting at center, Carter to her right. We'll have Morgan to her left. We'll have Schutt and Helfrich back at the point. Goalie's ready. And we're off. Looks like we will have Wheaton in goal. I'm going to get that right. That's correct, right? Number 30, yep. That's past Helfrich stick. She'll chase down in the left corner to Wheaton's right. Prior Lake trying to collapse on it. Schutt trying to collect as she goes into the opposite corner. Slams on the brakes, comes back over to Helfrich. Helfrich trying to get it up to Carter. Carter now looking for Heinen. Heinen did everything she could to collect that as I was a little bit behind her. Morgan now on the chase. Morgan now behind the netminder battling. Heinen coming over trying to get a stick on it. Heinen trying to throw it back to Morgan. Morgan now back to Heinen on the near boards. Nelson comes in, nice hold there. Prior Lake trying to get it out. Morgan almost able to dangle in the slot, but she was bumped off the puck. Prior Lake now playing behind their netminder. A couple girls from both teams getting off on a change, and McGarvey will come off and she'll intercept the pass. Garvey with the puck touch early, and that'll go high into the net as is deflected. All net, 14 minutes remaining, 0-0 hockey game. We have Nelson and Sweetser back at the point. We're going to get a face-off to the netminder's left. See where Deshane and Heineke are. Got a couple of players off Taylor's summer team today. She was excited to see those girls. Back to Nelson. Nelson with a low shot, tip, rebound, and that's going to be swatted to the corner. Nelson not enough on that shot, but just enough to get a tip, and going to operate behind the net a little bit as Hoffman showing off her skills. Hoffman trying to get it over to Sauter. That's past her. Sweetser comes up on pinches, throws it back in the corner. Sweetser will have another shot at it, swing and a miss. Not able to get enough on it. That's going to fall all the way over to the near boards. McGarvey throws that back behind the netminder. Sauter on the chase. Sauter trying to pinch up against the boards. Sweetser throws it back in. Nice hold by Sweetser. Heinmiller, the theft. Wide by about 2 feet. That rings all the way around to Williamson. Williamson trying to dump it in, intercepted. A little volleyball action. Williamson then throws it on net. Rebound, it's loose. And they're going to throw it home as Morgan was there to pick up the change. Gia Morgan jumping on an opportunity early and hammering it home for a 1-0 Edina lead. Well, let's see how that happened. Williamson had a nice hold. Prior Lake failed to get it out. They threw it back to Williamson. Williamson dumped it in. Got a shot on net. Prior Lake having a tough time controlling the rebounds early. A couple juicy ones, and they paid for that one. Puck loose at neutral ice. That'll reach back to Prior Lake's D. Give it a look. That's going to be Heineke. That's going to be one of their better players. You know Heineke? Yep. Awesome family. Spend a fair amount of time with them in the summer. She got a sister on varsity this year. Shot, another juicy rebound, but that's controlled by Prior Lake as they shove it down the ice. Fitzgerald now. Fitzgerald across neutral ice, trying to get into the zone. Puts on the brakes. Throws it back in the vicinity of Morgan. Morgan now looking. Had to fight off 4 Lakers in the corner. Heinen collects. Heinen's got her head up, looking, entering. Shot, rebound. Swatted away by Prior Lake, but it ends up back in the corner. Heinen along with Sauter fighting. Sauter gives a little gentle shove. Prior Lake now trying to get out of the zone, and Shoot and Nelson come together and say, not at this time, not this early. Shoot and Nelson, a meeting of the minds. Prior Lake now trying to enter. Shot, and that's off the post. That will be another one you're going to have to watch out for. Deshane's got some silky mitts. Her and Heineke, I think, are probably going to be the two players that you're going to want to keep an eye on. Heinen over to Sauter. Nice pass, nice grab. Edina off on a change. Sauter will have to go 1-on-5 and make something happen here. Trying to get to the front of the net. Shot, rebound, and sits there for a second until Prior Lake decides to get rid of it. Thrown back the other way. Another rebound. McGarvey trying to come over. Her stick was lifted, but she'll collect here again, get another shot. We got 7 shots maybe already. Williamson jumping up in the play. Stick lifted, gets a shot off, and that's high and wide over the net. Edina some good pressure here. Nice stick there by McGarvey. Sweetser decides to pinch. Nice hold there. That's down to McGarvey. McGarvey has some room to operate. Centering pass, nobody home. Prior Lake now an opportunity to exit, and they'll take that opportunity to get across neutral ice until Morgan comes over with us. Stick lift and some aggression to take the puck away. Morgan now over to Williamson. Up to McGarvey. Just off her stick. Prior Lake flips that to neutral ice. Helfrich now. She's coming on the ice with some pace. Shot. First good save from Prior Lake as she was able to escort that to the corner. I think the first shot, or one of the first shots where she didn't allow a juicy rebound. Trying to play it back to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald will now regroup back in her own zone. Puts the brakes on in the corner. Up to Heinmiller, who's positioned nicely off of her stick. And we'll have an offsides with 9:48 remaining. 1-0 hockey game. Edina on top. Fitzgerald on the draw, easy win there. Nothing's easy in this game, but Fitzgerald's able to grab it. Sweetser now trying to exit. That's through all the forwards. Prior Lake collects near the neutral ice area. Sweetser now around Wheaton, trying to get it up the boards, and that'll slip past everybody. Heineke from Prior Lake will be the first to collect. Regrouping, circling back in her own zone, flips it to neutral ice, over to Sweetser. Sweetser, swing and a miss, trying to get over to Nelson. Finally shoves it out to Nelson. Nelson touches that out of the zone. Sauter now, up to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald 1-on-2. Forced wide, takes a shot, and a can of corn for the Prior Lake goaltender. Squeezes tight to get a face-off, which will be just to her right with just over 9 minutes remaining here in the first period. Well, girls are fine, but a little different talent level than last night. A little slower, allowing the girls to make a few passes and to attempt to put it on the tape. It's amazing what just a little couple extra seconds will do for you. Or a half second at that. Morgan trying to take it away. She does. She's behind the netminder. Holding, looking for a centering pass. Finds Carter. Shot, rebound, loose, and it's a goal. Let me get the number on that. Carter threw it on net, and I believe that was Heinen that was there to clean it up. It was Heinen to clean it up. That was a tough rebound that usually is covered up. But a rebound nonetheless, and our girls were in the similar position they were on the first goal. Matheson, another solid player, number 16 for Prior Lake, so keep an eye on her. Deshane now, trying to get it to Matheson. McGarvey comes over and deflects that to her stick. She's off to the races. Forced wide. Puck spits behind the goal. Trying to hit Shoot as Shoot was coming on. Shoot now, trying to get it back to McGarvey. Back to Shoot. And we'll have a penalty on the Lakers with 7:55 remaining here. Edina will go on a power play. Back to McGarvey. McGarvey at the point, whiffs on it a bit, gets caught in her skates, and Prior Lake's trying to come over to muscle it out. And they will. They'll flip it down the ice, and that'll have to be played as it will. It's actually going to reach. We'll do it again. Prior Lake wanting a high stick on that. Emphatically asking for it, so I gotta believe there might have been one. Usually you're not that vocal about something like that unless you're confident that there was an infraction. Morgan now over to shoot. Down to McGarvey and covered up. Well, I don't think it matters who you have really out there at the point. I think you put May back there. I think you put McGarvey back there. I think you put pretty much anybody you want back there. Unless they feel like our D can't shoot the puck hard enough from back there. Miller over to Carter. Carter trying to rein it in. Prior Lake trying to grab it from her. Shot, rebound. Nelson with a nice hard pass up to Carter. Carter gets it deep. Two on one. Sweetser does a nice job of standing the player up as she was trying to keep the puck away from her. Nelson shoves that around to the near corner. Nelson now around the netminder. Again, when we're rushing it, nobody wants to stay on the ice to join that. I don't understand. I'm just going to be a little critical. We can't be that gassed. All four girls cannot be that gassed, right?
When your team has the puck and you're skating with the puck, you get up there and do one.
At least one, and then the other three recognize, like, hey, we'll get off, we'll let that one join. Otherwise, there's really no reason to rush it. I mean, it's all that energy to get it deep. The coaches have got to say, hey, listen, Ellison, Taylor, don't ever rush the puck. Just throw it deep a little bit. I think it's, a little bit more important in those games where you just can't get a goal, where you need every single opportunity that you can possibly get, right? Like, not in today's game. We'll get probably a few more, but it's that game where you, like Orono, you just can't get one, where you just have to take advantage or, push whatever button you can. Or the D just has to recognize, like, hey, no one's with me. I'm just going to dump it because probably not going to go 1-on-5 here. Halfrich goes into the boards, but Not hard enough for a call. Hoffman trying to come over to get it to her stick, and that's just off of her stick. Shoot now. Nice play there. Legal rub out there. Textbook on how you want to play that. Shoot on the far boards. Fighting. Prior Lake throws it out. Sweets are now going back to play. Has anybody she wants as Prior Lake was getting off on a change. Chooses Heinmiller. Matheson takes it away. Tries to go between the skates. Puck hits Sweetser's skate. Otherwise Matheson was going to be off to the races. Sauter enters. Prior Lake now grabs it. Fitzgerald now coming back neutral ice. Fitzgerald entering. Force wide. Has to go behind the netminder. Still has the puck. That's deflected. That gets out of the zone. Williamson to play. Nice pass to Sweetser there. Nice hard pass on the tape, and we're going to have an offsides by about a foot as Morgan is trying to hold up. Momentum carried her over that all-important blue line. Nelson over to shoot. Shoot up to Morgan. Morgan back to Nelson. Nelson back in the area of Morgan. All the way to reach Heinen. Heinen now back to Morgan. Shot. Rebounds. Loose. And it's covered up. You share the puck a little bit, right? Ends up back on Morgan's stick. Didn't think it was, but it ends up on her stick. She's able to make a play. Yeah, against these teams, Orono, these are the teams where we should be having some of those plays in the zone. There's another nice one. Shoot gets deep. Carter winds, and that hits a crossbar. It almost was able to hop to Morgan's stick, and she would have thrown that home, no doubt. Shoot, up to Carter. Carter now entering. And that's how you change. Dump it in. Sauter's coming off with some fresh legs. She flies after Heineke. Heineke keeps away a little bit. Nelson intercepts. Nelson now entering. Shot right into the shin pads, but she'll pay for that. But I'd like to see her just pull a move past her. Hoffman trying to center it. DeShane's got some war paint on out there. You notice number 7. It looks like she has a mask on, but...
Oh, yeah, I know. I thought that.
Yeah, no.
Why does she have a face mask?
Oh, maybe, a little tribute to John Randall, for a Vikings game today.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's some pretty intense.
It makes you take notice. Got to buckle up when you're in the corner against that. Yeah. Morgan fighting, coming away with it. Dangle, trying to get to the front of the net, and there's a nice stick by the goaltender to shove that out of trouble. Prior Lake now trying to get out of the zone and sauces it to center ice, and little Dangle shot from the point, and that's going to hit Williamson in the shoulder pad and deflect behind the net. Minute left in the period. Yeah, number 16 will throw her body around, so you do have to watch for that. She is an aggressive player, no doubt. And as such, as I just called that, she's heading to the box. Yeah, Taylor played on a team with her one summer, and boy, I mean, just was tripping girls. Like, just standing in a line, she'd just go and whack their skates. I was like, what is going on? You know, it's some things you don't get. You know, you might not forget a pretty goal, but I certainly don't forget that. That was unique. Like over and over and over. Just it was a unique day out in Rosemount. McGarvey now in the corner. 39 left in the period. Edina with a power play here. The second one. Morgan collects in the slot. Tries to regain it. Gets over to McGarvey and she shoves that wide. Over to Shoot. Shoot's got some time to wind. Oh boy. Back to Morgan. Back to Shoot. 4 seconds. And that's going to do it. If you notice, we still do not have girls wanting to crash that center of the net when it comes back to the point. I went and watched a game last night in Minnetonka. Had a pretty one. They had number 8, Stella Studer, right in front of Hazel. It was that one where it scored from here, where it missed the one girl and the one girl got it in the middle. And, you know, she just, you know, lifted her leg up there and went, I mean, she screamed. I mean, you're going to have defensive breakdowns, so it's not to say that, well, why weren't we there? It was more to say she knew where to be. But exactly. The important thing is if you look at that tape, when she got there, she looked here and she looked here to make sure that no one was going to move her out of that spot. She was a B1 last year. She probably would have made B1 this year if a couple girls would have came back from 8 or one didn't transfer to Orono. So like I was telling Hazel's dad, I'm like, you don't have to be an unbelievable hockey boy. You just got to be smart. Like if the coach is telling you to go to the net when it gets back to the point, someone has to do that. Oh, no one's there? Okay, I'll do it. It's like that fly ball. Like, oh, you're not going to catch it? I'll have to get on my horse and catch it. Okay, so we've got 43 seconds left on the power play. 2-0 game. Could have probably, well, could have been 4-0, 5-0. Hit a couple posts, a crossbar. Had all the zone time. I didn't really get a good research on Prior Lake. I have to believe there's a lot of B1s that, or B2s from last year that are on the team this year. I don't know if they had more than 3 returning. Morgan shot, and that just goes wide. But the few they do have are pretty solid. I mean, Deshane, Heineke, and Matheson are all second years.
So at the 15 level, they're co-oping them, right?
Are they?
With EP?
Oh, they could be. Rosemount's 15 are really good this year. I think they just beat Edina. In fact, I know they just beat Edina. I don't know which one, but I want to say the Green, which I think is one of their better 2 teams if that's how they do it. Shoot entering, controlling, throwing into the slot. Fitzgerald now trying to get it back to Morgan. Tries to dump it. She does. Prior Lake collects. They'll be able to flip that out of the zone, and they'll have a 2-on-1. Full strength hockey here. And fortunate for the Hornets, they almost threw it in their own net. Heinmiller now collects. 2-on-2 hockey, Heinmiller and Heinen. Heinmiller forced wide on the left. Bumped off the puck. Puck spits to the right corner. Far board action. Prior Lake's able to chip it out. Nelson stands that play up. Sweetser comes over to help her out. She's circling, trying to get it deep, and she does. Prior Lake now trying to collect behind their netminder. Heinen's there to try to complicate things. Heinmiller skates by to try to do the same. Nelson with a nice stick to negate that opportunity. And Heinmiller fights off a little bit of a shove in the back. Williamson able to collect behind Wheaton, trying to get up the boards. Connects with Nelson. Nelson spins out of trouble. Nelson now trying to get it up to Morgan. Doesn't connect with her. Fire Lake now trying to get anything that they can going. Getting it deep. Far board action. Prior Lake not able to get it deep again, so they'll have to regroup back at neutral ice. And that just goes wide by about a foot as Sauter almost was able to throw it home. Back to Williamson. Shot. Deflected into the corner. Hoffman now shoves it back behind the netminder. Sauter getting it out of the way to give Hoffman and Fitzgerald some room to operate. Fitzgerald slams on the brakes. Back to Hoffman. Hoffman thought she was going to do the Michigan back there for a second. She had all the time in the world. Fitzgerald got a lot of room back at the point, but not recognizing that. Point's wide open. Hit it back to the point and go crash. Very, very simple. All five of our girls can rocket that thing. Prior Lake is playing way deep, way down low. Get it back there and go get in front of the goalie. See if they can get a little face-off win here. Prior Lake controls. I'm going to see if Shoot can laser one in there. Prior Lake trying to chip it up the boards, but Shoot has her body well positioned to deflect that into the corner. Morgan, and surprised that wasn't called, but that was borderline. Oh, pass almost connects with Morgan, but she's going to chase it down. Show up, Heineke. Yeah, it was going to be tough to take it away from her. Farboard action. Carter's there battling. Carter with a couple aggressive whacks at it. Carter with a nice job to keep it out of the zone. Carter's still fighting. Prior Lake does enter. Carter comes right back and gets in that battle. She's going to be in all the fights tonight. Welterweight, middleweight, heavyweight. She's on every card. Bodies flying everywhere. Nelson decides just to get it out. 9 minutes remaining. Prior Lake now at neutral ice. Up to Deshane. Back to Deshane. Shot. Goal. I feel like we've reverted back to, like, we come out 2-0 and I just feel like we revert back to, it's like, you know, like we're not getting the puck in the net and all of a sudden 2-1. Yeah, that's what happens. Throw it on net and see what happens, and that's what Prior Lake did. Found the back of the net. Fitzgerald now around Wheaton. Has Morgan. Up to her. Morgan enters. Looking for a draw pass to Fitzgerald. Nice play there. Backhand glove. Did you see, I watched a replay, did you see Taylor deck Boscone last night?
No.
So you have to watch that. So Boscone decks KK. And I didn't see it because I was watching KK. I was like, hey, you got to call that. That's a penalty, right? So I didn't see the secondary action.
Love there.
I guess.
Oh my gosh, you know where exactly where it is.
Right here.
Oh.
I didn't see it. I missed it. I missed the first one. Taylor's like, well, Dad, she got KK. I said, yeah. I said, be careful on that one. But I said, yeah. I said, we.
So obviously they didn't see that one.
I can't believe they didn't see that one. I mean, they're sitting right
that was
there.
pretty obvious.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't see it, but maybe they were looking at KK. I don't know. KK with a nice win there. Nelson now just past Carter's stick. It actually was between her skates. Nelson just whacked it in the area, hoping to connect, and that fell to the corner where Schutt's going to gather. That's deflected. Both teams look a little tired. Maybe Sunday hockey, I don't know.
Go to the net.
There, he's got Miller. Nope. Defense well positioned. What I want her to do is start turning back to the middle.
Yeah, get to the middle. And shoot it.
Yeah, just try it. If it gets taken, that's okay.
Yeah, and by that time there should be somebody there to get the rebound.
Sure, yeah. I'm trying to say, listen, if you don't make it, it's okay. That's hockey.
Right.
In the middle of the ice. Let's see if Sweetser now wants to get to the middle, and she rips a forehand, and that was deflected. Get to the middle. Nice skate save there by Heineke to eliminate that puck from reaching. Edina now coming back with a little bit more energy, controlling the play down on this end of the ice. So Prior Lake got one, had a little bit of a jump in their step shortly after, but now Edina's turned it up a notch. So Sauce pass stretch, trying to hit Matheson. Matheson gathers. Over to Deshane, watch out. And right in the breadbasket. And Deshane was like, I would like that one back. As she tilts her head to the sky. Is only to say, how in the heck did I not hit a corner? Good opportunity. Nice play by Prior Lake. Starting with Heineke, throw that up to Matheson. Matheson fought off a couple sticks to get that to Deshane, and that is in a grade A scoring area. Another opportunity for Prior Lake as Edina's trying to collapse on it. Shoot now, up to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald now carries it down behind the netminder, loses it to Hoffman. Hoffman thought about trying to get back to Fitzgerald, but Fitzgerald was skating past her a little bit. Fitzgerald now regrouping, taking it back into her own zone, now trying to get some steam to come to neutral ice and throws it in the zone, and Prior Lake collects. Hoffman comes over and takes a puck away. Nice theft by Hoffman. Miller now fighting. Hoffman says, I'll steal it, but you've got to come over and help me fight for it. And that's what's going on in the corner. Spitz to shoot. Shoot now, trying to walk it in, and Prior Lake just gets a stick on it, and they'll shove that down the ice. Wheaton will have to play it. And she almost let that sucker go in the back of the net. Those ones you just have to play, whether they're going to go wide or not. .521 remaining. Yeah, you do want to play those. I never played goalie. I'd be a terrible goalie. None of my kids could play goalie. It's a tough position, but That's learning though, right? Hopefully, watch a little bit and be like, hey, next time you get in that position, definitely, better safe than sorry. Nelson over to Morgan. There was a varsity goalie in the state tournament that let that goal in. It was, I believe it was 2 years ago. So it was in the state tournament at the X. It was a Class A game, girl. And same type of play. She thought it was going to be an ice, and she watched that sucker go right back into the net. Yeah, and it was, I believe it was like a 0-0 game at that time.
That's got to be like
that. Yeah.
You wake up in the middle of the night.
Yes.
Like that haunts you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can't imagine playing goalie. I mean, all the stuff that's going through your head, and the puck's coming, and you've got your teammate coming back there, and then you got the opponent's coming behind her. It's, Prior Lake will take another penalty. They've been occupying that box frequently today. I believe that's their third. Minute and a half on the clock. We have a minute and a half last night. They put a minute and a half, right? Or they put 2 last night?
I don't remember.
It had to have been a minute and a half. I don't know that they would get that wrong. So still 2-1 hockey game. Edina on the power play here with 4:50 left in the period. Corner action. Morgan will get there with a lot of time and space, and Fitzgerald trying to shove it home, and that'll be covered up. Let's see if it gets back to the point here, and let's see if we do get in that dirty area. I'm sure we will. Fitzgerald behind the net.
She's looking nice.
Over to McGarvey. Puck's loose in the slot. Fitzgerald not enough on it. That'll get deflected into the boards on the far side, and we're going to have a breakaway here. Well, we might want to go back with D traditionally back at the point after 2 shorties in 2 games. That's a commentator, not a dad. But I think it was a 3-0 we gave up last night, and that was a 1. I don't know. You gotta have that. You do have to have a little bit of that defensive mind. Not that all our D are like unbelievable, but you do have to have that tendency to be back there, because you just rip it. Yeah, you can't be giving that stuff up back-to-back games.
Shocking.
Yeah, it is. It takes a lot of air out, and now we got to get one back. And she wasn't going to, that was a tough breakaway to stop. That was their best player. Or one of the three that we said are pretty dang good hockey players. Carter flips it out. Nice play by Carter. That's going to hop into Prior Lake zone with just over 3 remaining. Prior Lake controlling. Drop pass at the point. Line. Soft shot wide. They will have an offsides at 2:24. Yeah, if you're back there as a D, even though you're on the power play, we're not good enough where we can just start hammering away. We're just not. We still have to know that we could get scored on here. It would count, even though that they only have 4 players. Chaska pulled the goalie with 3:40 today in Tegan's game. The 10A game turned out good for him. A little unorthodox, but it worked out for Chaska as they came back and tied it up late. It ended up in a 2-2 tie.
Oh my God.
Fitzgerald now gathering at neutral ice. Fitzgerald wheeling. Drops it for shoot. Ah, we got 3 girls like right now. We got much of all right there. Who's our center on this line? There we go. There we go. Spread out a little bit. Get it to Sonner. Back to Fitzgerald. There you go. Spread them out a little bit, girls. All right, let's go, Fitz. Looking. A lot of time. Over to Sonner, and that's did not get enough on that one. It was kicked away.
What a save. Seriously.
That was her best save. That was the best save of the game thus far. Yeah, that was a fun one. She gave up those juicy rebounds early. Now she's came up big a few times. That's flipped up the zone, touched out of the zone, and Heinmiller will get back, and Heinmiller will be able to collect with her speed. Just over a minute remaining. Heinmiller now just bumped off the puck with the stick. Grabbed by Williamson. Williamson trying to get it up to Carter. Carter will chase after it. Vicious whack at it from the Lakers, and they'll throw it out. Little dump and chase. Forward trying to get her own entry into the zone. Pins up Heinen back there. Nelson comes over to help out. Throws it back the other way. And that was a pass that wasn't going to connect as that was sauced. If that would have connected, that would have been impressive. She had to get that on the short hop. Shoot comes over and muscles her off the puck. Saves an opportunity. We got a 2-2 hockey game. Okay, we need a good third period of hockey here. 2-2 hockey game. Feels like could be 5-2 or 5-1, but we are where we're at. And we need to get something going early here and then focus on getting the next one. Nelson with a hard shot, and that goes wide. McGarvey was very nicely positioned there in front of the goalie. Morgan begging for it in the slot. McGarvey's like, I gotta win the puck battle first. Settle down.
That's not gonna go in. It's not gonna go in. Oh my God.
Okay. They're not gonna call the hold first. Sometimes I wish it was back like in the 80s because I would just be yelling. What about the hold? Like the only reason she flailed her arms was to get out of the hold.
Wow.
Boy, would my dad have some beers at my high school and college basketball games. Oh my gosh. I mean, holy cow. It was thinking, I can still hear it, and it's just, I mean, different times. I mean, that was, oh man, all game. Every call. Unbelievable. All right, so Edina's got to kill off a minute and a half here as they're down a girl. Fitzgerald now chasing. Heineke now back to collect. Can't get too deep on this girl because she'll make you pay. Smart hockey players, so if we get too deep, they'll get an odd girl rush. Nice play by Heinmiller, just gets it across center ice and shoves it down the other end. Fitzgerald now trying to buy some seconds. Yeah, we just don't want to get too deep here. Nelson flips that back in the zone. Taylor watching, making sure nobody gets behind her. And here they come, 2-on-2. Operation behind the net, and it's deflected out. Wheaton came out and got a piece of that, but Edina's, they're going to have some tired legs here. Got to get it out, and we've got something going on. We get Nelson for a slash. 7 seconds of 5-on-3, so this is one where you win it and throw it down there and then maybe do it again with 5-on-4. I don't know if that's a strategy, but now let's maybe see if we can get it out. Nice job there, we'll have 5-on-4. Good job by Sweetster to eat up those seconds on carrying the puck out of the zone. We got to get another girl on the ice, though.
Why wouldn't they just keep shooting?
Yeah, I mean, keep somebody else, get another girl on the ice. Morgan now across neutral ice.
I mean, Shoot had to cross the ice.
Back behind the net, Minder. 5-on-4 hockey is 55 seconds. McGarvey comes back with a nice stick. Parlay collects to the slot. Tied up for a moment by Shoot. Puck still loose in the slot. And Wheaton's able to cover up. Well, it's not tennis. And we got a fan getting kicked out. Traveled up 169 to... There's no admission, so he's not out any money. Like I was just saying, that would have been my dad, 1993. That was my dad. But they never kicked anybody out back then.
Right, yeah.
Never, ever. Heck, you could follow those officials to the parking lot, which used to happen, and it was just part of the gig. Well, there's finally a new rule. Minnesota Youth Hockey Sports put it in. You know what the new rule for basketball is? If that guy gets kicked out, you know who goes with him? The kid. Yes. That shored up things in a hurry. DeShane with the shot, hits side of the net. Yeah, the new rule is if the parent gets kicked out, the kid has to go with. So that quieted things down as Shoot enters and just couldn't get it past the skates. Some loose change, and that was the slot. Williamson now trying to get it deep. 5-on-4 hockey now.
And again. Had to cross the ice.
Prior Lake dumps. This is going to be an exciting finish, which it pains me to say. Nice play to keep it in there. Well, it just does. I mean, it's just this.
Oh!
McGarvey collides with Fitzgerald. And McGarvey seems to be shooken up a little bit. I couldn't tell.
Somebody else getting kicked out.
It's like I tell my kids, if Taylor gets in trouble and you do what Taylor does, you're going to get in trouble. It's like the parents don't learn. It's like these officials care who wins. Which I'd be shocked if the official cared who won the contest. That's why we're running out of officials. We only got so many minutes of ice, buddy. We only got so many minutes of ice.
I'm going.
Come on, man. These guys don't care who wins.
Don't be that guy.
We only got so many minutes. That is right? We only have so many minutes, and then they call it. Still at 12s. I know they do at 10s. The girl from Chaska was on a breakaway today, and they called it time limit. 2-2 hockey game. The girl from Chaska was on a breakaway. Yeah. The fans weren't even that crazy about it, but I would been a little upset. Prior Lake now. We gotta hope KK's okay. First things first, right? Fans aside, we gotta hope that it wasn't her head or her back, or really anything. But I know she hurt her back earlier in the season. And we were all holding our breath and like, when is she coming back? And a goal. 2-3. Now that short-handed one is big. I was just going to say, too, if you want to hear it loud, watch if Prior Lake scores, it's going to get loud. Got 9.5 left on the clock, just over 9.5. And see now what happens is that guy doesn't even get to see that goal. Fitzgerald with the move, loses an edge. Halfrick trying to step up and see if she wants to give some juicy rebounds again. There were so many of them in the beginning of the game. That was another one, but it was a nice save. Halfrich now pinching. Intercepted by Sauter. Sauter now winds. Shot hits the side of the net. Finds McGarvey on the ice again. Shot, and that's deflected and hits a crossbar. And we'll have a high stick, and that'll be face off out of the zone. Well, maybe let our D loose a little bit here. Get them rushing that puck. Talking to Peter's like, controlled exits. I'm like, yeah, I like that. Get a controlled exit and see if we can get a pass up. And first things first, though, we got to take care of business in our own zone as McGarvey comes over and trying to get up to Morgan. Morgan and Heinmiller will have a 2-on-1. Puck rolling on her a bit. Gets it over to Heinmiller off of her stick and wasn't able to capture it. Sweetster stepping up. Backhands that down to McGarvey. I feel Morgan's got a lot in the tank. I think Morgan's got a lot in the tank. I think someone on the bench has got to get her going. Like, hey, put us on your back. Get these shifts and put us on your back. Carter waiting for it. I think that's Sauter trying to get it to her. Carter comes over with a nice stick, able to get a piece of that. Heinen gives it a whack. That deflects back behind the net. Minder. Heinen now trying to control, shaking a few Lakers. Over to Sauter. Sauter now back to Shoot. Shoot now trying to walk it in, but they converge on her.
Gotta go in because it's not gonna go in.
Sauter, Shoot with some time. Gets it back to Nelson. Nelson with a shot. Not enough on that. And that's covered up. Minute and a half kill here, 7 minutes left in the period. Wonder what the time is though. Got a lot of penalties, so I wonder if anybody's keeping an eye on the clock. 6:04. That's tipped, that'll have to be played. Icing waved off, McGarvey on her horse. Fitzgerald in a race now. Shot, and that goes high and wide. .40 seconds left in the penalty to Morgan. Shoot now trying to come over. Shoot now trying to enter. McGarvey stays on sides. Winds, and that goes high. McGarvey with a rebound, and that's saved. Covered up, or is that in? I don't know what it was. I couldn't tell. I know KK was looking for something. .16 seconds left in the penalty. Shoot now back in her own zone. Shoot behind Wheaton. Shoot at terrain. Why aren't our girls in front of the net? Why do we want to get pushed out? I mean, Sauter's right there. I'll call my daughter out too. Sauter's got to drive that front of the net. Girl, give her a little shove. I've seen that so many games. Hopefully the coaches can have a couple like just drills where they're just battling in front of that net. That's what we're gonna do for an hour. We're just gonna battle. We gotta own that spot. We just do. If you're not getting bumped, you're not in the right spot. If you're not getting bumped, you're not in the right spot. That's Williamson. Gets a shot, hits Hein in the back leg. I think we had a little I think Heiden was battling in front of the net on that one. .450 left. And that'll be an icing. I guess there'd be a strategy where if like you're up by a goal, just have a couple parents get kicked out of the game. You gotta go on clock. I don't know.
Almost think, right.
They weren't up though. I mean, they were not up a goal when that went down. But I was just thinking, how unfortunate would that be? Like if.
But I mean, maybe that was part of the strategy.
Drive to the front of the net. There it is.
Shoot that!
Boys, Prior Lake want this one. These last 3 minutes, we're going to get everything that Prior Lake's got. Alfred's now trying to enter. Shot, that goes into the corner. Hoffman chasing. They're going to keep those two defense back there. McGarvey's going to have to beat them both, and that's deflected. Yeah, they're going to keep back there. Keep an eye on that. Kind of like the prevent defense.
Taylor. Yep, just go. Take it right to the net. Go, girl.
That's just not going in. That's just not going to go in. Well, it hasn't the last 9 times. You get there, you throw it to the slot, take your shot. Pick a corner and take your shot. 5-hole corners. Edina putting on a ton of pressure. So if we were going to get everything that Prior Lake had, they're getting everything that we've got. That's almost a replay of earlier. About a minute earlier. 2 minutes left in the hockey game. Edina down by a goal. Carter now trying to get it. Nice play by Carter to get it to the red line or dump it in. Edina will get some fresh legs on. And the goalie have to cover up as that pop to her with a minute 51. Yeah, Prior Lake's going to give us all that they've got. Edina, no doubt, is giving them all that we have. I'd like to be on the other end of it because at this point, 1 goal only gets you a tie, but it's what we're going to have to fight for right now.
Like, who beat this team? Like,
well, I was just talking to whoever it was. I said, you know, the
team we beat them really bad.
the goals are the goals are just tough to come by. Like we are not scoring goals.
Who was it? I thought it was Vincent.
We're getting shut out by Orono. We're getting shut out by Andover. We're getting shut out by Minnetonka. We get 1 against Minnetonka. You know, we get 3 against Mankato. We got 2 here. 3 against Wayzata twice. We're just not scoring goals. And we had 2 early, so it's been a drought. So yeah, we got a game clock situation going on, or a actual clock situation, which they told them what the time is. It's probably going to be less than a minute 38 that's on the game clock. Got to keep it deep. Centering pass.
Underneath.
There you go. Nice decision there. Nice hold by Shute. Over to McGarvey. A minute left on the game clock. Well, we've been down there for the last 5 minutes, right? Not 5 minutes, but we've been down there for the last 2-3 minutes. So it was, you know, as chance would have it. We get one. Fitzgerald throws it home like it meant something. That was a no doubt about her.
Get another one.
Fans want a bit of a call. Prior Lake now trying to get something done in the last 40 seconds.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Get it out. Get it out.
30 seconds.
No.
20 seconds. And that will do it. We will see you again sometime next week, I guess. Oh, they blew it for point. They blew it with .6. In the NBA, that's what do you get for a catch and shoot? .3. Catch and shoot .3. Just goalie's pulled. Get that extra skater down here for Prior Lake.